what the Eibishter wants, and that has to happen no matter what. And that took him in every situation. The point is like this: the celebration of Mesiras Nefesh is not the tzir of Mesiras Nefesh. That's one of these rabbis who speak about those that were in Russia and came, they lost it afterwards. Sometimes you get caught up on the style of going on Mesiras Nefesh. Sometimes you have it with the Reinu. You'll speak a lot about shlichus. Someone goes on shlichus and shliach, and how hard it is for him. It's true. It's true. It deserves admiration. If Itaka does it properly, it deserves admiration. But a lot of times people get caught up on the tzir shabbat, on the idea of going far, dealing with Eden that are far, and there's no one around, and it's so hard. Yeah, a person has to be ready. It's a right thing and a good thing for a person to be ready. If necessary, or if he looks out for it, to even go so far, and to be put on Eden that are even so far. But there's a life behind it. The life behind it is the Eibush that matters. Yiddishkeit matters. And that's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. Everything else is just here to help that be accomplished. And therefore, wherever I am, wherever situation I'm in, I go full force to bring that Eibush into my area, into the area around me, to wherever I have a reach, I can reach, wherever I can have an ashpah on. I'm starting for myself. There's something deeper. The idea of Mesiras Nefesh is it brings out the Pnimis Nefesh, the Yechidah Nefesh. It brings out the truth of your neshama that's beyond your circumstance. And not only that, it tells you what the circumstance is about. The Eibush that made the world makes the world for one goal, to bring the Eibush into the world. So whatever situation you're in, that's what it's about. So if there's a hardship, who cares? Not who cares. Let me look for the way how to bring it in through that hardship, because it's only there for me to break through and to bring the Eibush to there. When a person has that recognition, it's relevant always. It's Pella Nasal. There's one Pella for Pinchas, not a bunch of Nis. There's one Pella. He's higher, he's mufla, he's above the world, he's living with the truth. And that he sees everywhere. And therefore, no matter which situation he comes in, he sees how to apply it there. So about the Frierdiker Rebbe in Russia, he had to do it in one way, and right away in Poland, he did it in a different way, in America, right away, he did it in a different way, without hesitation, because the same truth is there, and the situation is only there for me to accomplish it, to bring you there. And that's a celebration of Yud Beis Tammuz, and that's how it's relevant all times. And we're celebrating the fact that we're in touch with the truth of Eibishter, the truth of our neshama, and that has the strength to withstand every single situation, to be brought into every single situation. And that's relevant now as then, no difference. And then we have the pride. We have something so rich, so precious, that nothing else is worth anything compared to it. So nothing else could stop it. And therefore we celebrate the fact that we have this strength, that we can bring it into every situation, no matter where it will be. There's the pride, which comes together with a responsibility. We brought before the Sikha, the Rebbe recorded the Frierdiker Rebbe, that there's the avir, the air, the atmosphere around the person, which has an effect on the person. And a person has to work on changing that avir. How does he change it? Through Eisen Shibin Neshama, through the strength of the Sin Neshama. So the Rebbe says that it has to do with the avir of America. A lot of times a person doesn't realize how much the avir around him can have an effect on him. The avir that whatever money matters, whatever everyone else says matters. Mainly whatever people around you say matters very much. So that has an effect, a subconscious effect on the person. And a person could keep the halacha, could keep the Torah and every single detail, but nevertheless it seeps in. Whatever's around him seeps in. But a person is not meant just to worry about that, protect himself about that. He's meant to bring out his Eisen Shibin Neshama, the strength of his Neshama. That's so much deeper than that, so much more true than that. and then he could change the avir around him. Since he has something so real, something so true, and he brings it out and he lives it, then he's not following the people around, and he's affecting them. He's showing them something real. He's showing them his neshama. And through that, he's not niskol from them, and they also get affected by it. So that's Yud Beis Tammuz, to take this strength of the neshama, to celebrate the fact, that's the Farbrengen, we celebrate the fact that we have something. Afterwards, we see how to apply that afterwards. Farbrengen is besimcha. We know we have this oitzah. We have this oitzah that could withstand and could be applied to every single situation. And then we have to see how to apply it to actually change.
Odo b'sholem nafshi mikrov li Nashimi Krobli Rabbi Yishmakel Meyane Yeshem Kelem Zela Yishmakel Meyane Yeshem Kelem Zela Asher Khalil Besameh El Khalifa
Chaim. Rebbe speaks about a Maimon. The Frierdiker Rebbe said about Yidei Tammuz. The union of Nisionis and Satan Riyecha Nisnosis in the Keshet Tzela. How Nisoyan raises a person to a higher place than he was before. The idea of a Nisoyan is that there's nothing true to it. The Eibusha created the world. The world is a true existence, true meaning, meaningful. There's something to it. Now what you see, you have to look a bit deeper. It's here in order to bring out the Eibishter, to serve the Eibishter. And that's our job to bring out in the world how it serves, how it brings out the Eibishter, how it brings out the Eibishter. Then there is something which disturbs, a situation which disturbs serving the Eibishter.
Love the truth.
That's on one hand something real, on the other hand something unreal.
100%.
The Rebbe describes it.
100%.
It's a real imagination. In other words, it's something real. There's a real situation you have to deal with. But there's nothing real to that situation. There's no substance to it. It's only there for you to overcome it and to bring the Eibishter into it. There's the idea that a person, when he's dealing with the world, he has to look at the world and deal with the nature of the place that he's in order to people, the style of the people, in order to bring the Eibishter to them in a way that they could relate to. But then when there's a situation that seems to be negating, stopping someone or people around him from connecting to the Eibishter, which you also have to deal with. You have to know the people around you, have to know the situation, you can't be oblivious. And you have to know how to bring into them the strength to overcome these sins. But the Gabi the Nisyonis, there has to be that attitude that there's nothing real to them other than withstanding, other than bringing the Eibishter through them. A person to himself, when he feels something stopping him, or when he feels around him, there's an atmosphere, a situation which seems to be negating the values, the life connected to Chassidus, to Torah, to Rebbe. People like to talk about situations. They like to speak, like to bring out, how bad it is, how big issue it is. And the Rebbe usually says, Dvarim B'Teilim means things that have no effect, things that don't bring out any result. People speak about situations, doesn't usually have a result. But the main thing is the attitude a person has. When he says, Oy Satzora, Oy, there's an issue over here. He's looking at the issue as something with real substance. It's something, someone reminds us of the Eibishter made the world and makes the world constantly, and he's running the world constantly. So anything which doesn't fit with the Eibishter doesn't have anywhere to live from, doesn't have anywhere to stand on. I see it does. I see it does. So I have to deal with it because the Eibishter created it. The Eibishter made a disturbance as a real imagination, something with strength that you have to deal with. But it doesn't have something real to it. It's not something you take in consideration, something to listen to, something to change your values based on. Or even when talking with someone else, to look at him as someone who represents something negating to Yiddishkeit or negating to the embers of Yiddishkeit. Okay? He's someone confused. And it's not that I am the one who's not confused. Baruch Hashem, the Eibishter helped me that I'm in touch with something real. So I could share it with him in a selfless way. in a way that it's nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to share with him something. And that's sikha that we spoke before about the avir. So it says something that how do you fix the avir with ur? Ur and avir have a connection. Ur to yud is avir. If you want to change the atmosphere around you, it has to be ur. If a person lives, that's what we said. The Nekuda Mesiras Nefesh is not even the way a person withstands an isoyin, something which disturbs his or others' connection to the Eibishter, is not with the strength which is directed, geared towards the nisoyin to break through it. Rather, a person strengthens what he does have. A person strengthens the neshama that he has. A person strengthens the truth that he lives with. He reminds it to himself. He tries to live with it, and he tries to share it, to spread it, talk with people in that direction, or even b'chlal, just his behavior. If a person really lives with Eibishter, with Chassidus, in a real way, which automatically will be in a selfless way. It's not about him being better than anyone else. It's that he's taking in something alive, something real. If he walks around, it spreads light. If he talks with someone, it spreads more light. If he has a deeper conversation with him, it can even spread even more light. The point is he's spreading light around. And there's something, light comes from a source of light. Light comes from the fact that there's something that's a more. There's something which gives light. The Eibishter is lichtig, Chassidus is lichtig, your neshama is lichtig, and you're in touch with it. And you're trying to be in touch with it, you're trying to be in touch with it as much as you can. And with that, you're the way you're addressing your nisayin, others' nisayinis, is that there's nothing real to it. It's only there for me to be able to break through it with the ur, and to break through with the ur. And therefore, the way I do it is more being alive, being in touch with the emes that I have, and sharing it more than the tenuah of breaking through the barrier. Because it's like this, that whenever a person deals with different, first of all, the Nekuda Mesiras Nefesh is something which withstands every situation. No matter what happens, what's the situation around him, nothing changes. It's not shaykh to change. There's nothing to analyze the situation, the people today, and therefore to think that now we have to educate people in a different way, with different yisoidus, with different values, because they only something else talks to them. Before getting into any discussion, if there's only one thing that's true, which is the Eibishter, and one thing in me that's true, which is my neshama, and one thing which with other people that's true, they're neshama. So the only thing I could deal with is his neshama. I have to find a way how I could bring out his neshama in his situation right now. But it's the one neshama that I'm trying to bring out, that neshama that goes in Mesiras Nefesh, the neshama that's beyond success in Olam Hazeh, beyond what Olam Hazeh says is considered something valuable. That's the only truth that there is. Whenever I look at any situation that changes, is how do I bring that same truth to the situation now? But the same truth. Nothing else could change the message we live with, the message we tell others, the message we mechanech our children. Nothing could change it because it's not changeable. Because it's a truth that's beyond any change. And therefore it doesn't matter which situation. And on the other hand, I'm not fighting those that say otherwise. We're trying to live and spread the light of Torah, of Chassidus, of Eibishter, to everyone around us. It's light. It shines. It's something which is emes la'amitei, and it's our real life and everyone's real life. And it's not about us being better than anyone else. It's about letting that light which shines in me shine to someone else also. And when you have that machshava, that the emes is emes, it doesn't change. And the situation cannot be a situation that really has something to it which could stop. So then you have that strength, that pella of Pinchas to break through every situation, but it's a pella, that's one pella. He's living with one thing, with one emes, and nothing stops it. And therefore, on one hand, he's not nispal from what people around him say, but on the other hand, he's not breaking through. He's shining through. As Yibaka Kashach Hareirich, the light could shine to everyone. There's something real to say, something real that we have to live with, and we have to say, and that breaks for every single situation. L'chaim.
I just want to say there's also a young site tonight. Paisha Hashuva Reuma Basheva Basrem Shmuel, and her son is Luma Basheva Basrem Shmuel, and we gave a nice status for the Farbrengen. They shall help him. Zaina Mel Geisha Roman Aliyah and Bekar Mamish Shitsir Nabari Dolamata.
Amen. There's one thing, Hashgacha Pratis, celebrating the fact that we have an Etzem and Neshama that doesn't change, came out in the Tzira of Mesidas Nefesh. As much as you know, it's not the point, but that's the fact. And it came out in the Tnuah Mesidas Nefesh. The Tnuah Mesidas Nefesh is a very strong message. The Tnuah Mesidas Nefesh says, the Eibishter is more important than me. Me as in me. I'm living my life. In Torah, Avodah. The Eibishter is more important. I'm ready to give up my life for that. Today, when people try to sell this Ur of Chassidus, they usually try to sell it that it's the best thing for you, which is true. Someone wants to be happy, wants to feel fulfilled, wants to have security in life. Thinking about the Eibishter, learning Chassidus, it's the best thing. It's true. It's even brought down in Chassidus as something you're supposed to tell your Nefesh Habamis. You have a selfish soul, we all have it. It's looking for benefit in life. You tell them, come on, don't run around, don't look for nonsense. The best thing you have to do for yourself, open up a Maimer Chassidus. Think about the Eibishter. He's real. He's everlasting. If you have any shaykhs to him, anything to do with him, you'll live life, the best life possible.
Be a happy person.
Be a happy person. It's true. It's true. It's true for our Nefesh Habamis. In other words, it's true even for our Nefesh Halikis. In other words, We're supposed to work with an Nefesh Abamis. We're supposed to tell him that. We're supposed to even live with that. That's not what we're basing things on. Mesiras Nefesh means the Eibishter is more important than me. I'm connected to him. My neshama says I'm ready to go on Mesiras Nefesh for him. Yeah? That means that I really have something valuable because he's connected to the Eibishter, which is beyond me, and therefore he's ready to give himself up for the Eibishter, and therefore that's something which is everlasting. If the Eibishter is here to serve me, Shenyana Eibishter. The truth is Shenyana happiness, because if it's all about you getting something to make you happy, then you're the source. Now, let's be real. We're here from a certain time. We weren't here before. And the Ezra Mashiach is coming. People are here for a while. For a person to focus on himself and to look at Eibishter, Yiddishkeit, Chassidus as a good tool to build himself doesn't make sense logically. How a person to look around how he could achieve things in life and succeed, and that should be his goal, doesn't make sense logically. Who am I serving? Who am I achieving something for? It's not something that has any substance, any it doesn't last. If I'm doing something for my neshama, which is connected to the Eibishter, my neshama is everlasting. Its connection to the Eibishter is everlasting. That's worth something. And that will even translate in our body. We'll have Chaim Nitzchim, because the Eibishter will take us over. And therefore, we won't feel ourselves, we won't pay attention to ourselves, we'll be able to last forever. 100%. But it's because we're ready to put him first. To put him first. And that's not a very popular thing today. To put the Eibishter before our own success. And for that, we have to actually tell over the stories of Mesiras Nefesh. The stories of Mesiras Nefesh are relevant today, not just because the message, the Eibishter, the neshama behind it is so strong that's relevant today also. That attitude, that I'm here for the Eibishter. He's not here for me. I mean, he's here for me as well. That's his choice. And I'm very thankful to him. But that's not what it's all about. It's not about the fact that he's here for me. I'm here for him because I'm here for him, because he's the real thing, and I'm lucky to be connected to him. That's what Mesiras Nefesh brings out. And that's something which a person could and should and has to have in mind, because that's the basis of Yiddishkeit, the basis of any truth. There's a truth greater than you. If it's a truth based on you, it's not a truth. So of course, the Eibishter wants us to be happy, wants us to be healthy, wants us to succeed. And we're thankful to him for that. And it's Teiras Chaim. It gives us good life in Gashmis. And we're thankful to him for that. That's not why we're devoted. That's not what it's based on. We'd be ready even if it would take our life. Even if that would be the case. And Yud Tammuz brings that out, that that's what the truth of Yiddishkeit, that's so strong that it brings the Tanu of Mesiras Nefesh. And we succeed in that also. The Rabbi was saved, so that showed that Korf, that take of Mesiras Nefesh. But it's an Nekuda that this is our life. The emes is that it's helpful also. The first disturbance for a person's success or for a person's happiness is the fact that he's busy with it. He's looking to be happy. He's not sure if he's happy. He's looking to get things that make him happy. In Avodas Hashem also, he's looking to succeed in Avodas Hashem. He's looking to join a shir or Farbrengen that talks to him, or a daven in a way that talks to him. Whatever it is, it's the mind that actually talks to him, which is good also. A person should look for things that talk to him most. But a lot of times that's the emphasis. That's like the yisod. I'm looking for something which will talk to me. If a person has the yisod, forget about what talks to you. He's real. He's here. You're connected to him. Move, go, do. It's real, regardless what you feel, regardless how connected you feel to it. It's real. It's precious. Think what he wants from you. And he could be happy with it. Then he could be happy in a steady way also. Again, if you're looking for that happiness, it's not going to work. If you're looking because it's real on its own, it's going to work. The Eibush is here. The Eibush has a mission. You're part of it. You're a big part of it. You're essential part of it. Do it. Do things that lead, that head, that create, that bring things that he wants to accomplish. And in your mind, be happy with that. It means value that. Realize how precious it is. And then he also wants you to feel it. So work on that a secondary thing. First of all, Chassidus, Nigler, Darwin, V'ayid, Farbrengen, behave in a way that fits to Yid. And then after that, look for ways how I could talk to you. It's important. It's very important. But that's secondary. That's afterwards. First, you have Mesiras Nefesh. Mesiras Nefesh is not about Mesiras Nefesh. I don't have to be the hero that, give up my life. I'm ready to let go of that. I'm ready to let go of myself for the Eibush that he's real. I'm lucky to be in touch with him. Then he wants me to connect to that. Let me bring it in. So in every mitzvah, there says that there's the chukim and mishpatim. There's the idea that the basis of the mitzvah is the Eibush is rotzen. There's something so real to it beyond my understanding, beyond anyone's understanding. That's the truth of a mitzvah. And then the Eibush brought it down into understanding because he wants you to relate to it. He wants you to live it. He wants you to feel it. Work on that as well. So you work on both avenues. Number one, it's what the Eibush wants. It matters because it matters. Forget about me. Then, no, don't forget about me. Hashem wants to enter you as well. Bring it into you 100%. But that's second. That's second. That will be. That will happen. You don't have to worry. This person is worried to let go of himself and think just about the Eibush wants because what's going to be with me? Don't worry. But the don't worry, the yisod is, it's not the basis. And it doesn't make sense that it should be the basis. There's nothing real to it if it's the basis. If the basis is the Eibush beyond my life, then it's real, and then I can appreciate it also. Whatever I'll tell my nefesh abamis, that it's the best thing, the most enjoyable thing, is because it's real. Because it's not dependent on me. And I'm lucky to be connected to something which is not dependent on me. That's what I'm happy. Hi.
I say it comes pushed to nach December.
Yeah.
Rebbe points out about the Mesiras Nefesh of the Frierdiker Rebbe about the chinuch of children, that it's something which al pi seichel, al pi cheshbon, it didn't make sense that it should succeed. It didn't add up. They'll be able to succeed and actually mechanech kids in a proper way. But he knew that it has to happen because yimein gedoy, yimein tiyoshin. You don't have young goats. You don't have old goats. In order to have Yidden living properly the way it's supposed to be, you have to train them from when they're young. So it has to happen. If it has to happen, it's going to happen. So we're going to make it happen. So there's a Mesiras Nefesh of it, and it has to happen. I'll do it no matter what. But there's also this conviction that it's going to work, although it doesn't add up. Because if this has to happen from the Eibusher's perspective, it's going to happen. Is the word of Mesiras Nefesh is recognizing that there's the Eibusher, and he's in charge of everything. He's running everything now, and he has a goal in mind. And what he has in mind is going to happen in whatever situation it is. And therefore, I don't look at what's probable, what's practical, from statistics, from whatever. If this has to happen, I'll make it happen. You have to have truth in mind in order to do that, in order to succeed. But there's the hanoch that it's real and it's if it's going to succeed. Whenever a situation comes, there's a different style, different type of behavior, different atmosphere. And therefore you think that you can't demand so much. That was the word of America is Andish. You can't demand from people in America because the trend is different. Mindset is different. You can't expect. And the answer was no. Why no? Judaism is real. It's real. It's applicable everywhere. And real Judaism is applicable everywhere because real Judaism is real. It's applicable everywhere, everyone. Why go out and to spread Yiddishkeit to places that it doesn't make sense that people there will want to listen and want to change their life? Because Judaism is real, so it applies to every Yid. It's not because of the cheshbon, how much I could succeed and how much it's worth it to invest in that, it's because it's real, so it's going to succeed. That mindset brings a simcha. It brings a simcha that we have something. We have something that everything else is batul after the Arab before that. And therefore we're going to succeed. How, what, when? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But it's going to succeed. For us to bring to ourselves, our families, our children, the people around us, authentic Judaism, authentic Chassidus. The Eibishter matters, his mitzvahs matter, his Torah matters. It's alive, it's real, it's livable. What he wants, the life that fits to him, is something which I could live and I'm made for, and I'm able to live with the poil. It's not just pshatin, I could be yoytze, I could do things that are just okay. You can't demand so much from people today. It is a shvache dor. There is something to deal with. You can't just keep your eyes blind from that. The question is how to bring that shvache dor. How, as in, for sure I could. The question is just in which exact way could I bring to the shvache dor kivyochel the same emes that was there throughout, from Moshe Rabbeinu, from Avraham Avinu, from Alter Rebbe, from Frierdiker Rebbe, from the Rebbe, the same exact emes, no change. And that brings a simcha. The person has the right attitude, it brings a simcha. It's here, I have it. They have it also. I just have to bring it to them. The Rebbe says that our avodah today is to prepare ourselves and people around us to be ready to mekabel pnei Mashiach. To be ready to mekabel pnei Mashiach means we're heading to a situation that reality will be living with Eibishter. That will be what everyone feels, what everyone cares about, what everyone likes. That will be reality. And what we're doing now is heading toward that, not just doing the things that could bring a schus for that, actually preparing ourselves to live with that. We could live with it, people around us could live with it, and we have to start working on that to have that mindset. What's real, what matters, and in the hanocha that we could, not just because it's a real thing, because it's going to be reality in a very obvious way, in a very tangible way. And we're heading in that direction. In other words, we're heading to something which will, in Gashmius, we will live the Yemes of Eibishter. And therefore it's something that we could live and everyone around us could live. We look around, and we're not just oblivious, and we see people, we see what they live with. That's all a situation to deal with, to bring that emes to. It doesn't add up. The question is, where will we start? What's our yisod? What's our emes? Is our emes looking at the situation? Or is our emes that there's an emes of Eibush, the emes of Aliyim? It doesn't change. And if the Rebbe said we're heading ot, hini zebo, so then the reality that we'll live Eibush in day-to-day life is ot. And therefore we are able to, and we're expected to, and we're capable of living that life and bringing that to the others also. So there's the way we look at the situation is, how do we bring in this situation that truth? Because it's there, because it's here, because we have it. What's the say? Hashem. Where exactly? In other words, what he wants from us will be done, with no doubt. The question is just where to start. The Rebbe says that Beis Tammuz is sort of a schalt of the Giyur. To bring into the Golus the fact that Golus doesn't matter, what the Eibush wants matters until the Golus itself has to help you, is giving a shine into the Golus of the idea of Giyur. The shine, it's a schalt of the Giyur in a different style, a taste of what the Giyur will be. But it gives a koyach to live that, to feel that, to bring that into the others, and to bring that, and to bring the Gula B'Poil. And the Chag Gula is we celebrate the fact that we have that. Whenever Chassidim demand something, whenever Farbrengen demands something, it's with the fact that there's the Freilichkeit, that we have something. And because of that, there's a demand. Someone gives us a musa shmuz and he demands something. Stam is a demand, stam bitter. And if I bring it, and we see we're here, we care, we live, we have it. And then the question is, how do we apply it? We're able to apply it, there's no question. Because we have it, we live it. And therefore we're able to bring in every situation to our children, to our people around us, to live with the full truth. In a live way, in a happy way, in a way that talks to them, but in the real thing. Hi. Chaim. The Rebbe says in Tanya, part of the idea of Mesiras Nefesh is by davening and by learning, and a person forgets Sarchei Aguf. A lot of times Mesiras Nefesh by davening is a very hard thing. Because sometimes Sarchei Aguf are very holy things. Things that a person has to deal with, in Yoni Shlichus, in Yoni Chinuch, in Yoni Parnosas HaMishpacha, whatever it is. And whatever, I used to gedacht, they had to stand Chazen. Usually the simon was, when you want to know if the people are ready for Chazaras Hashatz, you see people on their phones. Susan, getting Shmonesim. Some people have Shmonesim on their phones also. But if they didn't have Shmonesim on their phones, getting Shmonesim, they were on their phones. Very, very important to this Rambam. And sometimes it's messages about very, very important things. It's very hard for a person to have this anocha. It's very important things that I need to accomplish, but the Eibishter comes first nonetheless. And then from the beginning of davening to the end of davening, you see this nefesh, even the ruch needs to nefesh. Whatever I need to accomplish, and I don't know where, and I don't know what. Gar nicht. The Eibishter comes first. And in him Tzalaiman, I'll succeed whatever I need to succeed in a much better way if I'll rely on the Eibishter. If I'll talk to the Eibishter. B'chlal, the person doesn't realize how precious it is to daven. But the Yodam have an emes to them, but they have an emes to them. It's very hidden. Emes Amar Al Yibore, Shekuli Moli Shkorim. The norm in Olam Haza is lying. Kuli Moli Chsadim, also people help each other. But Kuli Moli Shkorim, people lie by default. By default, if someone's talking to you and smiling to you, it's because he wants something from you. That's by default. You have the odd person who really means it. It's very hard to find that odd person. If I'm bringing it, for sure, people are like letting go of themselves a bit, you can find that person. But that generally, if you talk to a person, he's your best friend, by default, he's lying. It's an odd case or not. By default, he's lying. The Eibishter doesn't lie. Talk to the Eibishter, he really cares about you. If you're able to just distract from anything else and just talk to the Eibishter, say the words of davening and just listen to them. You're talking to someone who listens to you for once. For once, someone's listening to you, what you say matters, and he's the only one that whatever you say really matters to him. Say it, listen to it, forget about everyone else and anything else. I need to save the world, save the world soon. The world belongs to the Eibishter. If you talk to him, you'll save the world much better. Wait a second. Put everything aside. Shut your phone. Put it away for no. If I'm breaking this fine. By David. Now you can keep your phone. By David. Shut your phone. Put it away. Yeah?
Airplane mode.
Huh? Yeah.
Put it in airplane mode.
And just put it away. And just daven, forget about everything. Whatever happens will happen. The Eibishter runs the world from now and then, and before and after. I'm talking to him. And b'chlal, to live Yiddishkeit, to live a shaykhis to Eibush, a person has to daven. A person davens sincerely, no matter how, no matter what, everyone according to his level, doesn't matter how long it takes. It matters how focused he is. It matters how serious he takes it. I'm davening, that's the center of my day. The center of my day is I have a shaykhis to the Eibush. Then I translate that in learning, because I know that really in learning is the Eibush's chachma there, but I don't see it, I don't feel it. It's real, I believe. In davening, it tells me I have to learn. I'll learn right afterwards. But during davening, I'm talking to the Eibush. It goes one day, most days it doesn't, but I'm still talking to him. He still listens. Just the fact that a person by davening shuts his phone and the socializing, he leaves it before and after. But during davening, he can hold himself in. Not because he doesn't care about his friend, not because whatever. There's something more important. And during davening, something more important. It's not the not talking. I'm busy. I'm davening. And I'm listening to what I'm saying. It's good. To talk to the Eibush, that's the best thing you can have in your day. Whatever you have in your day could be good, could not be good. I mean, learning is good. You're talking to the Eibush. Sometimes you understand, you don't understand. Fine. You still have to learn. The Eibush is Torah. When you talk to the Eibush, he listens. When you dive into the Eibush, that's the most precious part of your day. Whatever matters in the rest of the day, you're in touch with right now. Afterwards, it has to matter. You have to bring it into the rest of the day. You have to learn. You have to behave in a way that fits the Eibush. And you're in touch with him the rest of the day. But when you're in touch with him in a conscious way, by that, if a person develops an appreciation for that, no matter how much I understand, no matter how much I relate it, I just appreciate what I'm doing right now. This is the best thing in the world. I could talk to the Eibush. If I learn a bit more about davening, I'll understand it a bit better. Could help. But it's not based on how much I understood, I felt. I'm talking and I'm listening to what I'm talking. I can understand it's much better. But I'm listening that I'm talking to someone and he's listening to me. It matters to him what I say. It matters to him that I recognize and I appreciate how great he is. It matters to him that I appreciate how much he does for me. And it matters to him that I ask from him something. And it matters to him what I would need. The things that I need matter to him. And it matters to him like it matters to nobody else. So you can utilize that time. It's not a matter of like not, it's a matter of yes. I'm busy with davening. It's the best part of my day. I'm davening. Someone just yesterday told me a story. He once went into Yechidus to the Rabbi before his birthday. He wrote a tzedel, whatever. The Rabbi answered him. And at the end of the Yechidus, the Rabbi told him, "Unton and Avedas Atzil." He walked out. He didn't know what to do. He says, and then there's no one to talk to. He spoke to people. There's no one to talk to. You know what to do? Try the hand, try the hair. Stabbing the walls. He didn't know what to talk to. You know what to do. So next year when he went to Yechidus, he wrote to them. Then he tried. So when he went to Yechidus the next year, the Rebbe looked at his letter. He answered every question. And the Rebbe says, and das was the Zogs wegen Avedas Tefillah. I said, tutu garnished. I said, can nicht sein. Can't be. That's a health nicht. That can nicht sein. Davening helft. So after helft. It could help half. The Ram sagt, Tefillah is a mechze. Oder wenige. Aber etwas zu der Sicherung. I don't remember all the details. But that was the Nekudah. You're saying he doesn't do anything? It's kind of sad. He didn't have any guidance. He tried davening. And that accomplishes something. When a person tries davening seriously, he's taking the Eibishter seriously. For once in his life, for once in his day, he's taking the Eibishter seriously. And that has an accomplishment that affects the person. He'll do one Aveda less or many more. Because the Eibishter was serious in his life. It's real. The Eibishter is just a concept, a belief that I believe in, that I lecture and I argue for. Then whatever. There's a limit. But if Eibishter is real, he's alive, he's active, then I don't want to do something he doesn't want. When a person sits down to daven seriously, then it accomplishes something. It accomplishes that Eibishter is real in his life. He succeeded to focus, succeeded to understand, succeeded to connect. That's a bonus. The more you can connect, the better. It's a bonus. The fact that a person sits down and thinks to himself, I'm talking to the Eibishter. I mean, take it seriously. Be done. That's it. He said from then on, he lost his taiva in davening. He can't. He tries to daven. It doesn't go. See? He doesn't daven so long, but he does. Now it doesn't go. The time he lost it. Oh, statistics show that if a person davens a bit calmer, a bit slower, a bit more patient, he usually spends 10 minutes extra in daven, max. Just, if he wants to expand more, it's endless. If a person is not rushing, he won't lose much. You don't gain much from rushing. But the Gashmis, from time-wise, you don't gain much from rushing. It's the feeling. Finished. Done with it. Right. But it doesn't really add. You don't really gain. And what you could gain, again, if davening is serious, what are you gaining from rushing? And if it's not serious, I shouldn't say that. Don't daven, I was going to see. Chas v'sholom, do not daven. Don't daven, speedy. You should hold on to it 100%. But logically, it doesn't make sense. Logically, if you're trying to connect to the Eibishter, just connect it. It's good to talk to people in shul. Before, after. Gewaldig. Because in Alexandria, they used to split people amongst their people with their trade. So we would talk a bit, they would find out. Help each other. It's not about not talking. It's about I'm involved in davening. I'm davening. When I finish, I see people around me. Talk with them. Share with them something. In the middle of that, I'm not talking. I'm just busy. The person has that busyness in a positive way. It's a shine. It gives him life for the day. Shabbos davening give life for the week. You can keep people alive. Davening is alive, serious. It's paid attention to. It gives a person life. Nothing else matters. All of a sudden, someone's real. And everyone else that I have to please, they're not real. I mean, they're real because they're not they're not real. What they care about, what they think about, what they want is so insignificant. Because it's something so much more real that I'm in touch with that it's worth it. It's a good life. To live a life that something so much more valuable matters. It's a good life. It's worth it. Person to invest in this davening. Everyone according to their capability makes no difference what they're capable of, how much they understand, how much they can focus. The fact that they focus, the fact that they take it as something real, something serious. So Mesiras Nefesh at the start. I have a best friend and he wants to talk to me. There's a lot to share. And I have a lot to accomplish. If someone's messaging me about something that has to be done right now. And it's like, it's Mesiras Nefesh. B'dinyan. I say for an Yisrael is a real dinyan. Feels very real, but it's a dinyan. If you get over it, you see it's a dinyan. There's something so much more real that's alive, that's real. That's worth all the effort. Chaim.
Fine.
Yeah. Beis Tammuz is the Hatzolah of the Frierdiker Rebbe. Meladas of the Fidik Rebbe, Atzol of the Fidik Rebbe. Messias Nefesh of Yidden was brought out through the connection to the Rebbe. It's brought out the Messias Nefesh of the Yid, the Etzem and Neshama of the Yid. But that Etzem and Neshama was brought out through the Rebbe. A Yid has within himself the Etzem and Neshama. That's devoted to the Eibishter. Ready to go Messias Nefesh for the Eibishter. But a Yid doesn't naturally feel that. A Yid naturally feels himself, feels his own goals. For a person to feel his Etzem and Neshama, he has to be connected to the Rebbe. He has to remind himself the Rebbe, think about the Rebbe. To have the tzir of the Rebbe in front of him. The Rebbe brings out in a live way what our Etzem and Neshama really is. The Eibishter is real, Torah is real. Only that matters, and therefore every Yid matters. For real. It's something which the Rebbe lives, the Rebbe brings out in himself, his life brings that out. And we are able to get that through our connection to the Rebbe. If we think to ourselves in every situation in life, remind ourselves of the Rebbe, what he says about this, what he would say about this, what his approach is about something. If we do it for real, we could live in every situation properly. Because the Eibishter is emes, the Rebbe lives his emes, and therefore we're able to connect to that emes in every situation. If we stop, whenever we do something, we stop and think, the Rebbe really have nachas ruach. The Rebbe has nachas ruach is the emes of Eibishter says this is going in the right path. We can make a mistake sometimes. But if we stop and think about this frequently to ourselves, not to others, then we're able to see if our things are going in the right direction. Ourselves, we can make mistakes. And when we give it over, we have our mitzias, our own goals, even kedushitic goals. Person writes a duch to the Rebbe, person asks the Rebbe for a bracha. It gives a reminder that our connection to the Eibishter has to be guided, has to have the right direction. The Rebbe lives that direction and we can connect to it. We can remind ourselves that. This particular heroes, but this is the closest of life, the closest gang. Watch a video of the Rebbe that has a very strong effect. And we could see what the Rebbe lives with, how he says it, how he cares about it, how it matters to him in a very real way. If we listen to it as a mekaber, we just listen to what the Rebbe is saying, that could enter us, that could affect us, that could make us get part of our life. We have to stop every once in a while and ask ourselves if what we're doing, if we're heading, stimmt. Es gefiel der Ratzon of the Rebbe. When we ask ourselves that, we make that we could do every activity that we do with that life. We do a lot of good things. The question is, what's the life within it? A person can do a lot of mitzvahs, and a mole could be dead. A person can still do mitzvahs. It could be dead because he's not living the Eibishter. He's not caring about him. It's not alive by him. In order that it should be alive, a person has to think about, connect to the Rebbe, which lives and therefore could give that life to you. Then he has to live Chassidus, learn Chassidus. Everyone according to their level, doesn't matter. But Chassidus gives that life to a person. Chassidus brings the Eibishter into life. makes you think about him, learn about him in a real way. Then you realize he's real. You have to have both. You can't just learn Chassidus. You can't just connect to the Rebbe. If you connect to the Rebbe, you learn Chassidus also. But to have the Rebbe in mind makes it alive. And when you learn Chassidus, it becomes something tangible, something you can relate to. Everyone could find something in Chassidus that he could relate to. There's a lot of Chassidus which is beyond everyone's understanding, because the Eibush is beyond their understanding. But there's always something there that you could take, something there that you could take in and you could relate to. The Chukas HaTorah, the Torah is beyond, the Eibush is beyond our understanding. Then he comes into our understanding. He wants the daf to come into our understanding. We learn Chassidus in the morning, Shabbos in the morning. Come and learn Chassidus. Shabbos in the morning is ruhigkeit. It's nowhere to rush. Get up in the morning, come to shul, Chavrusa, learn Chassidus. For them. Gives a life. It gives a life to a person for the whole week. We know that Chassidus is alive, no matter where, no matter what. So no matter what the situation is, we could do it. We could get ourselves, get others to be in touch with this and to live this. We can make a chavrus, we can make a chabura. To come in the morning, Shabbos morning, for davening. No Chassidus. It doesn't matter. Same Eibishter, same life, same truth. Whatever you get, whatever you understand, whatever you don't get, you get something around it, has the same truth in it. And it's good for us, it's good for our families. Well, I don't want in the morning to go out, the place is supposed to take care of the kids. It's the gift for you, for your kids, for everyone. That you should live with Eibishter. Come out in the morning and you learn Chassidus. Every time works for them. And you encourage others to come to learn Chassidus before them. Shir, with the Chavrusa. Or alone. But to learn Chassidus in a way that people will know. Man, learn Chassidus. Come to shul. Learn Chassidus before them. It gives life to a person. Daven late in order to learn Chassidus before daven. Once it told by Farbrengen that whoever's not going to come to Chassidus before daven, this means the shnos is there. And then all the Weiber were chasing their wife, their husbands out of the house. To go to Chassidus. We have a husband. But the emes is, the basic shnos is to live. You have to learn Chassidus. Tell us the Rabbi. Tell them, you want us to be alive. You want us to be here. You gotta learn Chassidus for that. You gotta get out of the house Shabbos morning. Late it's 9 o'clock. Sit down. Chavrusa. Learn up Chassidus. It will benefit everyone. It'll benefit you. It'll benefit the family. It'll benefit everyone. And share it. Share in the Kudah that you learned at the Shabbos table. Something you could share, something you could take from it. You share it. You learn in a way that you're trying to live with. Therefore, you have what to share. And you have what to live with. You have what to pass on the life to everyone else around you. And if you remember that there's no change, the same emes, the same Eibush that was there is here. Doesn't change by situation, by what's accepted. Nothing changes. So we can do it. We can accomplish it. We can make it a life that we live with, others live with. And then the davening is a different davening. Farbrengen after is a different Farbrengen. brings life to the person, to the family, and to everyone around, to the avir. Changes the avir for the whole week. Chaim.
Thank
Thank you very much.
I would jump it.
Information on the cable television that you saw, I sponsored them. It's good to talk about some confidence you have to have in the Yugador. The emes is that in a way the Yugador is a very big keli. The reason is because a lot of shkorim, a lot of teikev that Elam Hazah had is hoylechum is spider. There's a feeling of lack, a feeling that people thought, Elam Hazah has what to say, he has what to give. So they used to say that about the Chuvas, a lot of times said, for us it's much easier than everyone else, all the Frumax. We were there and we saw there's nothing there. Nothing out there. They think there's a big world out there. A lot, there's a big Mesiras Nefesh holding themselves back. We're there. There's nothing there. It's much easier for us.
Yep.
But how could fun him today? That word that Elam has nothing to say is becoming stronger and stronger. As it's tzimisht. And it's very tzimisht.
I once said about Shuvah, when it became about Shuvah, Shabbos and Yom Tov was your hardest part of doing Shuvah. He said to me, it became about Shuvah in Bangkok, in Thailand, from the Shabbos Tish, from Cantor. He said that From Shabbos, forget about everything.
The garden.
That was the kind of
Yeah. So a lot of times you don't know what we have. And people outside, either not people that weren't from, and they see the lichtigkeit of Yiddishkeit, people that didn't have a shaykhs to Chassidus. And today, a lot of people come to Chassidus, shaloi ba'erich, more than before. People come to Chassidus Chabad, people that have everything Mesuder for them. They come to Chassidus Chabad, they want to Chassidus Chabad, well, it's emes. Instead of being the Meivish. The Keli for emes is very open to them. We have to use it out. You have to realize that we have the emes and that the Olam also has the emes. They're looking for the emes. We can tell it to our children, we can tell it to our mechunachim, we can tell it to people around us. Not because we're better and we're coming to fight, rather because they have it as well, they want it as well. The Namaz is mevulvul, very mevulvul. They don't know what they want. They're looking every moment for something else. There's nothing strong to base on, nothing strong to rely on. All that is becoming very, very weak these days. There's a Be'elam Ayad Seichel, the formalish respect and following the authorities is becoming very, very, very weak. That's also, all the formalities are becoming very, very weak. That's a keli. It's a keli. People are looking for something more real. A lot of places, almost like Zan Kinusim, then the speeches. These speeches don't work. Speeches, everyone talks, listens. Why? Because, what am I going to hear? Farbrengen. A lot of places, they used to have speeches, and now they make Farbrengen. Zitz, zusammen, Meret, zusammen. Why? Because you want to hear something real. You don't know that. They express in the fact that they rebel, that they don't want to listen. You want something more emistic. And the Olam is a keli. The Olam is a keli to hear something emistic. We have to know that we have the emes. We have to know that the Olam could get the emes. And if we have to look out for ways to give it over to them, rather with a bittul emes a bit, something real that we're bottled to. We have a lot to fix in ourselves. But we're giving over something real, and therefore we're giving it over to someone else also. And that people listen to. As Mekumetai Snasus, they close their ears. Tell them it was Besed, it was Gresed, it was Shener. You got to find all the Chesed in you, and they might be right. If you come to them and tell them, there's nothing to do with me. I just want to tell you something real you care about. I'm working on also. I want to share it with you. That's what a Farbrengen is. And we're sharing things that everyone has in their mind, everyone wants, and the person that talks also wants, and he's sharing it. Yawon helpen. The Olam will helpen. Now, sie sagen etwas emistig. Amol me keken yoytzu sein, the Arum, the Huha, and that's becoming weaker today. People don't fall for it. People don't fall for the Arum, for the Huha. But a lot is because they're kalim for something more real than that. We could provide it. When we're looking for something real and we share it. The Olam wants to hear. The Olam is ready to hear. Even though that could translate they're not accepting the way of rebellion, they're rebelling against these snasus, against saying you're better than me, putting them down. And Mizokshi the Memes, and you're not better, and they're not worse. You're just trying to share what they really want. Then they never rebelled against them. Nish wegen them, nish. That wasn't their isnagdus. We have that stolz. that we have what the Shir and the Ulam wants to hear. Not about us, not with these nasus. Forget looking up to someone else, see that he has it also, he wants it also, he just doesn't know exactly how to translate it. I want to help him just to translate it. And I have a lot to fix in that also. And we share it in that way to someone else. Poil pool also. Poil pool also. Das ist der Hanoche. Der Ebische wird gewinnen, der Rebbe wird durchführen. Mit der ganzen Welt und mit seinen Chassidim. Wenn der Rebbe Schchune, you have to have the Hanoche, that the Rebbe Schchune is kein Ziv Hashem is a broche. To a broche, to a keach, to make it a place. It is a place, and have to be megalit. That Ziv Hashem is a broche. To look down, to kvetch, to say, selfish. To know that that's what everyone really wants. And let's share it. Onais nasus. Tanemis. People here. It's time, morgen a bisschen später, it's a point. Bei der Avir. And we shine the lichtigkeit of Chassidus in ourselves and people around us. It changes the Avir. There's nothing to give up, nothing to say, that's the matzah, that's what people are. It's just as I, no, that's the matzah. Even more. I'm not coming with a snasus. I'm letting the emes that I'm in touch with is to shine through me to others. It's going to be poil on others. We have that enough that we wird durchführen, mit der weitergehen, mit Öl, mit Liebschaft, und mit Nemes. Wir haben Pöl. Pölen auf allem, der Rebbe Schchune, and the Rebbe Chassidim, and all Eden, which are the Rebbe Chassidim. And Pölen und durch, L'chaim.
Hi.
Ay, derirai, derirai, ay, 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 Really Rabbi connected the Chagiga Beis Tammuz with Maimon Asura Sheyeshvim. And when you sit and learn Torah together, Sort of Yisro, there's a big pool. Chabayidna, shul was a center of life. Come to shul, Keseder, learned, Chavrusa, Chabura, throughout the day, whenever a person has a chance. It's a Knesset, it's a Medrash, it's Meisim Tovim. Makes it a center of a person's life. There's been Alman Bayidin. The shul was a center of life. So it's hard. Everyone has their own Seder Hayyim. To learn with others, it's a hard thing. It's hard. But nevertheless, to have in mind that to keep the life, ourselves, people around us, it has to be matzah, that people in general come together, they learn. They learn each on their own. It's a chabura gets together and learns. It's a very important thing. How learning Torah is a very important thing in a person's life, needs life. A person davens is an important thing, and learning Torah is the next important thing. He gets his mind involved in things that are clearly related to Eibishter. When a person does an activity, whether he makes up a program or he works and he gets money, and through that he can support people that do programs that support Yiddishkeit. It's a very important thing. Program is important. The person who works and his whole goal is to be able to have money, be able to support Yidden that spread Yiddishkeit is very important. But then there is to live with something that in your mind is clearly identified with Judaism. And that's with Torah. Person who's Chassidus, then when he learns Nigla, it's a different attitude. But in a way, when he learns Nigla, his mind is involved. He understands it. He relates to it. He can think it throughout the day. Some idea that he understood, some idea that he thought through. And he knows this is related to the Eibishter. This is a Jewish idea. So he thinks Jewish. He lives Jewish. Judaism is much more of an identity. He does things for Judaism. This idea of Kol Masech L'Shem Shemayim and then B'chol D'Rechecha D'Ayu. In order to get it to be really B'chol D'Rechecha D'Ayu, you should see Judaism wherever you do. It has to be Judaism in your mind. It has to be Judaism in your heart. And that's by davening. It has to be Judaism in your mind. You have ideas that are clearly related to Judaism. You learn something, you use your mind for it. It takes effort, it takes involvement, it takes investment. What's the value of those ideas? They're Jewish ideas. The ideas that remind me about the Eibush, to remind me about my Jewish identity. And they take over my day. Throughout the day, I'm thinking about that. And then there's when it's like It's felt that that's what's done. Someone comes to shul, you just come into shul and you see people are learning. And it's more like felt like that's what's done. That's life. That's what people do. That's what's described as life in the shtetl, the Frierdiker Rebbe's Yeshivas. And then the Frierdiker Rebbe said the shtetl is not the shtetl, it's now also. Bring it back. Whenever a person has a chance, he comes in himself, at the Chavrusa, he learns. A place people could see. Public place, a place that's a Makom Torah, a Makom Tefillah. You see, people learn. People are involved. It's contagious. It spreads the earth in the avir. Makes the light of Torah, makes that people live with Torah. Then there's nothing else. The other things don't take over the person, at least as much. Person has what's the most important in his life, the most important in his mind. And everything else goes around it. The shul becomes the center of a person's life. Farbrengen, davening, and learning, before, after. Shiurim, chavrusis. It gives a different identity, different center, different focus to a person. What matters? What's the focus? What's the most important thing? Okay. ay, 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 oh, yeah, na, yeah, ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 Chaim l'chaim. Sichas chulin shel amidi chacham tzrich limud. Noivlis chachma have a lot of effect. For people that the Rebbe told that in their house they should always have sforim on the table. They learn something, you should always leave it on the table. People should know, the kids should know that they're learning something. But a person speaks about it at home. A person's involved in the spirit time has a very strong effect, much more than whatever he'll say. How what a person does has much more effect than what he says. When a person talks with his friends in davening and he screams at his child for talking, the child knows when he'll grow up, he'll do the same. When a person is focused on davening and he encourages his child to join along, it has a much stronger effect. A person tells his child to learn and to do well. But then when he talks about in his Sichas Chulin or at a Shabbos table, the latest news, politics, business, whatever it is. So the child picks up, that's what's important. Mitzvah the Rebbe Beis Moli Sforim. A person cherishes in his house is a Sforim. It's a big library, a bunch of Sforim. He uses one here, one there, whatever, he tries. He's busy, he's a busy man. He doesn't always lose it. But that's the most precious part of his house. Sforim shop. Much Sforim as he could get. Random Sforim, random Inyanim and Torah. Beautiful. I can enrich my house, make something more, something valuable over there. And I sit down and I learn in spare time, not to check the latest news. I'm not going to change anything anyways in the latest news. Whatever has latest news happened already. And a minute later it'll be useless news because there's news afterwards. So instead of that, I make news. Open a sefer, a nightmare, open a sikha, whatever it is. I open up something and I learn. Something real, something that doesn't change. Whatever's on any device changes. If it wouldn't change, it wouldn't be worth anything. Nothing new that could come constantly. It's worthless, which means it's worthless. If it doesn't have anything to it a minute after it's written, then it's worthless. I have something which is there, steady. And everyone knows that I'm doing that. Not that I guess what I'm doing on my phone. If I'm doing Chittas Rambam, if I'm doing Afyomi, if I'm doing, whatever else. Have in a sefer. Put it in a sefer. Put it in a sefer with a tofu, with cover, with a binding. And I open up and I learn. Everyone knows I'm learning Torah. Klein is often called. Man lernt often called Gedenken. I'm not trying to announce. I'm just learning. And I'm learning and I'm involved. I don't want any shikha. I don't want my nefesh Muhammad to take charge. Putting myself totally in it. Learn how to ich learn with this. Andere wissen ich learn. Trying to make a show. Trying to get involved. Everyone can know and everyone should know. It's good they should know. Kids should know. Everyone else should know. Learn. Why am I learning? Because I have spare time. I have spare time. I will never save. Because by default, that's what a Jew does. He spends time with his children, takes them on a walk, reads them a story, puts them to bed, because he has a responsibility. And he has spare time, he's a safer. He puts it on the table, the kids wake up in the morning, you see a safer on the table, the father understands there was a safer. It can start from the maisim, it can start from the mindset. Whatever way it starts, it's good. Yid lives with something that doesn't change, something that lasts. And that expresses itself in Torah. Why? Because I'm Jewish. What am I gaining through this learning? Nothing. Just learning, I'm Jewish. The behavior affects much more than any speech, any method. Who looks for methods today? How are we going to deal with people's depression, people's suicidal thoughts, whatever it is? How are we going to deal with it? We have to have a method for it. The question is, if you're giving people life, if you're alive and you're sharing that life, the person davens himself, learns himself, and then he shares it with life. He tells his children, tells his Talmidim, more than all, he tries to live those maises as much as he can. He lives it and he shares it. And there's a life, there's what to live for. A real life. I want to give a person a reason to live, reason to be happy, to give him with what to live. So it comes out in Meisim. Davening is serious, learning is serious. And then we share with the children also stories which have that message, have that life to them. Nefesh stories. Stories that have a message to them. Share it. Then a person has with what to live, for what to live. And he tells them, Mashiach kommt. That life will be real, will be obvious, will be tangible, will be everywhere. It's what to wait for. It's what to head to. It's a real thing. Not just a statement, a slogan. It's a real life thing. It's a real life thing. You live with it. Others could live with it. You can take a uften. Chaim. Gordon Betalim of the Yid have a strong effect. It's interesting. Even Manchester, true. That older age, you know, true. But the yeshiva, older than most of us when we start to learn. And he thought he has to, invest a lot of hours in order to make up all those years that he missed. So the Rabbi, I think I have to invest a lot of hours. So we went through with him, the hours of the day. I don't remember all the whole cheshbon. I said that a person needs between 6 and 8 hours of sleep, depending on the person. A person needs 2 hours of total in order to eat. He needs 2 hours, dvarim b'teil. Then if you use the rest of your time, the 13 hours you have, so it's better than good. You don't need to invest extra hours. Use your day properly. It's better than good. You don't need to. Part of the need of this is dvarim b'teil. 2 hours. 2 hours could be a lot, could be a little, depending on the person. Dvarim b'teil does a lot. Whatever dvarim b'teil a person has. We call chassidus about chassidus dvarim b'teil. See, that was a real thing. The way chassidim talk together, they schmooze, which reflects what they value, what they see in a person. When a person schmoozes about the latest lashon hara, what he brings out is what I see in a person is a negative I can see. Since he brings that in himself, or he brings it to people around him, brings it to his family. When it's irrelevant, and then you see something good in a person, you can bring it out, you can say it. You can speak about things, his feelings, other people's feelings, in a productive direction. The dvarim b'teilim a lot of times bring out the person so much more than anything else. You have to work on living with something in order to have proper dvarim b'teilim, but you could start with dvarim b'teilim also to limiting negative dvarim b'teilim. Seeing negativity in a person and like thinking about it, being happy with it, speaking about it. It's juicy, it's good, it's recent. It's shmak. It's like a shmak for the moment. It's a very achi feeling afterwards. It's good to see good in a person. It's a good feeling. You can see good in him. You can feel good with him. People can see good in you. If you live off the negativity of another person, it's a momentary good feeling. You're smarter than him for the moment. People think you're smarter because you found something bad in him. But then they see it's not true. If you don't have any substance in it, it doesn't last. You see the good in the person. The good is true. No matter what else he has, but he has something good. Then you have something good also. Dvarim b'teilim of a person means a lot. How he speaks. If the avir around him affects him or he affects the avir. If the way people speak, what's the norm of people makes the norm by him or he makes the norm. He's in touch with something more real, so he makes the norm. What's normal to speak about? What language is normal to use? What topics is normal to speak about? He makes the norm. And it's dvarim b'teilim. A Shabbos table. He talks, schmoozes. What does he schmooze about? What's relevant in his life? What does he want the children to hear that is relevant in his life? But good news. Good things that people did. Good shiurim people learned. Farbrengen is the word. Something alive, something that could give him life, give others life. Dvarim b'teilim have a strong effect. It takes time for a person to realize that his child is a person. A long time he looks at his child as an object. Talks about him around him. He talks around him and he thinks he's not there. Then he realizes that his child from a very young age is actually a person. He hears, he understands, he picks up things more than you would imagine, much more than you would imagine. You schmooze with your friends and your child's next to you. Schmooze at home. Whatever, the child's a child. Child's a person. Child hears. Child picks up very well, much more than you would want. Much more than you would want in your lazy moments. But in your good moments, much more than you would imagine. If the avir is a positive avir, when you speak about it, your friends, shul, before and after the avir, with your friends bichlal, at home, spoken about casually, has the most effect, strongest effect on a person himself and the people around him. Baruch B'Telem could be a good thing if it's used properly. It's used properly. Be part of the productive life of a person. He eats, he sleeps, he speaks Baruch B'Telem. Baruch B'Telem. It means words that are not specifically geared to a specific goal right now. I'm just schmoozing. But I'm living with something. Something matters to me. So when I schmooze, it's a different type of schmooze. Different type of stuff. What ends up today is that I hear people that, want to show whatever, like to use Chassidish style of speaking. There's also Yeshivish style of speaking. Over there. The most magushim, most far from anything. Bringing up Chassidish, terminology makes it juicy. If we drill in ourselves that it's not about the terminology, there's a life behind it. And when we speak stam without even a Chassidish terminology, in plain English, we speak Yiddish. It's the right thing to speak Yiddish. But if we do speak English, what we speak about by default are things that fit with the life of Yiddishkeit, with the life of Chassidus, not just the terminology. Then it gives a very strong effect on people around us or on ourselves. It identifies us much more when we say a speech, when we daven, we learn. You stop schmoozing. What are we schmoozing about? What are we living with? So we could try to live with something more real, and we can start to schmooze about things real, or holding yourself back from things that are not real. Things that have no benefit to them, that are real boring. They don't affect anything positive. Why should we schmooze about it? The latest news, whatever. We're not going to change anything there anyways. We could change. If we activate our real life, which no one else has, and we spread it to as much people as we can, including Goyim Lahav, tell them about the Eibishter, tell them how they could live with the Eibishter, in their level. And Kolshkin, people like us, people around us. We focus on that, as Varim B'Telem are different. That Varim B'Telem are different, and the life is different, the family is different, the surrounding is, the Avir is different. This Varim B'Telem has the strongest effect on the Avir. Chaim. person thinks that he's called Hashem Yisrael Yechuna between Chosed Yechuna just a nickname. He lives his life, doesn't really care. It's not true. He really cares. And Chagig Yula could bring out that he really cares. And a lot of times the person has to not be in the spell. Not be in the spell of people around you. You have to take people around you into consideration. Be nice to them. You have to take guidance. Shpim, Rabbonim. But then there is Kol Mashiyim Elach Balabayis Asay Chutz Mitzay. Whenever anyone tells you, du bist nicht. Not you, you're not for it. They shouldn't, but if they do, they're human. Nicht for them. Not for them, you're accepting it. You're B'Shem Yisrael Yechuna, you have a direct connection to the Hebrews. You have a direct connection to the Rebbe. You're alive, you're real, you have it. You have to get guidance how to activate it. Mashpia, Berel, you have someone older to guide you. How to activate that treasure that you have. Anyone that dismisses, anyone that says you're not, nish for them, have you listened to him? You never listened to him as a person. You never took him as a basis for life. There's the Eibishter, there's the Rebbe, which is bottled to the Eibishter. That's real. Anything else could be a tool, should be a tool. If you get a mashpia, you get guidance. Because you can't know on your own. But it's only for guidance to tell you how to activate that you have. A lot of times you will mistranslate. People think that someone else is being mavatal and it's not true. But let's say it is true. Who cares? Isn't the balabos? He can't say anything about me. He doesn't know me. Eibishter knows me. Rebbe knows me. No one else. For my value, I didn't entrust anyone but the Eibishter. How to activate it? I have to ask for guidance. On the other hand, together with that, the person has to know that the Eibishter gave him a shlichus. There's no p'tur. Person can say, my parents didn't treat me well, maybe Chanchem didn't treat me well, maybe a teacher didn't treat me well, maybe a shpid didn't treat me well. In Potter, we call them mitzvahs. If you're put in a situation, you have the koyach to overcome it. But the first step is to recognize that b'shem Yisrael Yechuna, you're connected to Chag HaGeula, you have a Geula. And Neshama is nigal. It's free. It's free to live. The real Neshama. Nothing else could put it down. No one older than you, no one stronger than you. Or a person's own dark side sometimes. A person has the part of him that he doesn't want to tell anyone. A person slips things that he can't face. Others definitely won't, get scared by facing it. Distracted to things that are inappropriate, either for a chassid or for a yid or for a human. And then he looks at himself, his davening, his learning, everything else is worthless. The person recognizes that the Eibishter put in Neshama. Neshama is tahira, no matter what. And he put it in a lavush sack. He put it in the Nefesh HaBahamis. The Nefesh HaBahamis, if he takes charge, he's capable of anything. You tell your Nefesh HaBahamis, you're Ra, you're Rosh, Meshukes, Metuah, Menuvel. Because he really is. If he's going to take charge, he goes to the lowest place. And the lowest place is the place that luckily, that it's the lowest place. If a person goes to that lowest place, he has to know that his ego, his self-centeredness, the part of him that, wants to get his way, it's the same ingredient, the same part that goes to the lowest place. And then he has his real part, his neshama part. The part that sometimes gets awakened when he learns a maimer, when he goes to Farbrengen, when he davens. Once in a blue moon, he feels something true. That's his real self. That's the only thing that's worth something. And it's strong, it's alive, it's active. And therefore, any other part of him which tells him you're worthless is a liar. Because he has his neshama and he's alive, he could accomplish, he could overcome, he could conquer, he could dismiss that part of him, that ugly part of him. Slowly but surely. He could do it. Because he has an alive neshama. And because that part of him is the same ingredient that everyone has, that thinks about themselves, wants to achieve whatever they want to achieve for themselves. And if that takes charge, it could go by nature to the lowest place. It doesn't identify me, it identifies my nefesh habamis. It identifies my self-centeredness, my ego. he wanted to focus on it, he wanted to build on it. Look what it is. This is what it is. This is what it's worth. You have an neshama shenasata b'tahira. Get in touch with that. Activate that. Know you have the strength because you have that neshama. And if it works slowly but surely by dismissing the ugly part and the parts you didn't know yet are ugly, don't fit with your neshama. Elam Hazeh doesn't have koyach. An Nisayin doesn't have koyach. Anything which disturbs you from your connection to Eibishter, and it starts from your connection to Bechlal, anything decent, doesn't have anything real to it, and you do. You have to activate your real part, and then you could overpower the ugliest part that your Nefesh Abam has brought you to. You have to be firm about it, be consistent about it. You have to be confident about it, that you have something more real to you than all of that. And whatever any Megushim will tell you, you're not capable of this, you're not capable of that, that is a Megushim, not just Neshama. When you're in touch with your Neshama, you're capable of activating the Eibishter's life in you throughout the day, 24/7. Sometimes that attraction affects the 7 also. You're able to affect that also. No one knows, no one sees. The Eibishter knows, the Eibishter sees, and you are able to overcome it. You are able to overcome it. It's a difficulty, it's a nisayin, but it's something which a person has a koyach. So on one hand, a person has to face the dimyon, that it's a real dimyon, that it really exists. People have a challenge. People have very, very strong challenges in the lowest things around us, in a very close proximity, more than we would imagine. And for that, a person has to put shayftim v'shaytim titan lecha b'chol sha'arecha. Anything that enters his home and enters his pocket, that enters anything else, has to have clear shayftim, has to have clear protection. What could go in, what cannot go in. The only things that fit the Eibishter, Chassidus, fit with that type of life, starting with fitting with humanity. But you can't just have that. After that, it fits with Chassidish type of life. That's the only thing that enters, anything that enters your home, that enters your pocket, that enters your office, enters anywhere. The only thing that enters there is things that fit. Because as much as we could, some people still live in illusions. Our children are so good, not rebellious, not going to go anywhere. They're good. It's a hard. It wants everything. It's curious. Wants to see everything. You can see everything, and you will see everything. And still good children. Very good children. Very good people. But a limit, a border has to be put. The boundary has to be put. A clear, strong boundary. Doesn't allow anything inappropriate to Chassidish home, to Yiddish home, to a human home, to enter your home, to enter your pocket, to enter your office, to enter anywhere else. But then there's to recognize who you are, what your life is. Your life is something which is beyond all that. Catch on to it, live with it. Know that that is real and everything else is garbage and fake. And therefore you could overcome it. How? Take an aim, it's a shpia, someone with Torah mind to help you step by step. Point is the hakara, what's real, what's strong, what's your real life. So no one else can tell you if you're worth or not. And yourself can't either tell yourself. Yitzhar is Omer Malachti. The Machti, a little Mastin, first he pulls you into something, then he comes to your mind and he tells you you're not worth anything, you're not capable of anything. You stop him in any place you can catch him. The earlier the better, but wherever you catch him, you stop him. Davening is worth it. My learning is worth it. And I could use that to overcome it, to block anything else. Time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Farbrengen den schon lesen? Farbrengen, ne? Schau. Seien Sie jetzt? Und kommen da, Sie müssen sagen. Seien Sie jetzt? Teil von der Schule. Ja.